hiring the right nail technician and building the right team is a massive challenge. In any company, it's very difficult to do. We're going to talk about how to do that in the salon today. We're going to take an actual nail tech's call on what she's dealing with right now on the Biz Talk. Tracy, when I was building this team, my first thought was to not bring you on. That was my strategy. Yeah, no Tracy's allowed.
Just like everything,
and you know why?
You failed.
And you know why?
Failed.
And you know why?
Why is that?
Because of your absolute offensive dance that you just did in front of me. Oh my God. Okay, can we get down to business, please? Yeah, I can see that. We're going to take a call in a second, in about 5 minutes. But before we do that, building a team hiring process. I can talk to this when it comes to just business, right? Because that's what we do here at Young Nails. Right. In the salon, though, there's obviously going to be some specific challenges you got to face. What are some things that come to mind on this topic? Like, what's hard about it?
Dealing with people.
Well, like me dealing with you.
Exactly. Me dealing with you.
No, you loving working for me.
I'm forced to say that.
Wait, can I hear you?
I don't know. Can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay. I was like, can I hear you? So, what's funny is that's actually,
it's a challenge.
It's a challenge,
yeah.
But that's it. It's because you're dealing with people.
Yeah.
And
different personalities.
Yeah.
Just all of it.
But in the salon, like there's no escaping, right? Like you're in a room, like here in this upstairs would be like a salon.
Yeah.
There's no escaping. Like here at Young Nails, we got 4 buildings. If I don't want to see your face, I can just leave.
Could you?
Yes, I can.
Now.
See you later.
Bye.
If I wanted to, but I don't want to because we have a great episode right now. But I could do that. You can't escape that in a salon. You can't escape that.
You can't. No. And no matter how much you would like to sometimes, you're going to hear them all day, probably the same story that they've told every client.
Right.
Over and over. And then not only are you dealing with their personalities, you're dealing with their client personalities. So it's just, I mean, you can't. It's not like you could put a headset on
right.
and play music.
You got clients.
You got clients.
Yeah. I'm really curious to understand specifically Brianna's challenge. Brianna's who we're going to be talking to today. We're going to have her call in. We're actually going to call her in about 3 minutes, but I'm really curious because it's actually a challenge in every business, even here at Young Nails. How many times have we gone through the process, the hiring process in any position where even something that can be more general, like it's hard because you just don't know.
You don't know. I mean, you can have a great interview. You have to kind of go off of the gut. I mean, you're going, I think, especially here, we really are the type that are, it's nice that you have a great resume, but we get a vibe for people.
Right.
And so if the vibe was wrong or it's not their true personality, because as people get comfortable in their job, no matter what job it is, the true personality starts coming out.
It does eventually.
You're really trying to gauge in a 5 to 20 minute interview.
Yes, just
can I live with this person the rest of my life? And I'm spending more time with this person than I spend with my family.
Right.
And I can't stand them half of the time. So. Hi, babe.
You weren't talking about your husband.
No, not my husband.
No. There's, in my opinion, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
You need, for me, it's like you go off your gut and you see what you get. And then if it works out, great. If it doesn't, you got to take care of that. You have to take care of that. That's the hardest part.
Is so many people will live with it.
Right.
And most of the time, if you're not happy with the person, if you're not vibing with the person, most other people probably have a problem with that person. And so your unwillingness to deal with it is affecting your whole salon.
No, it's huge. And we've seen that here. Let's give her a call because I think it's 1:30.
So weird.
It's loud.
Hello.
Brionna.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. You're here with Habib and Tracy from Young Nails.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So, really excited to talk to you. Tracy and I were having a chat on this right before we called you, and we also were stalking your Instagram page and looking at everything you're doing.
Totally stalkers right now.
I know, totally. But
We're following now.
yes, yes.
Oh, good.
And so obviously your issue, there's a lot to talk about here, but we'll obviously keep it in the time span. I know you're busy. And so here's my question. What specific challenges are you having with hiring? I think that's the main issue, right? Building a team and hiring, correct?
Right. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily a challenge yet. It is something that I feel like it will be challenging for me because right now I've been doing nails by myself and I'm booked out until like May. So
Nice.
like by the summer, I want to start building a team and like a loyal team at that, and someone or some people that I know that are going to be with me long term.
Right. So this is your own salon. Is it like, give us some background on like, what is your, it's your own location. You're the only tech in there. Are you in a salon, the only tech, or what's the deal?
Yeah, so it's basically like a studio. I'm on a main road, and I have an esthetician in here with me. And I have space for probably about 3 other techs.
Okay.
And like I have like someone just called me today, like, "Hey, I want to come at 5:30." I'm like, "Sorry, but I'm booked till May.
Yeah.
You can't do
Right.
that."
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and then they
Love
just
you.
laugh at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just, I feel like I'm ready to add more people to my team.
Okay. So it's your location, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
my location is one where I do get a lot of walk-ins, but
Okay.
I have to turn them away.
Yeah. No,
Amazing.
you have a completely different type of challenge. I'm actually really excited about this
Yes.
because I think we can speak to this very, very well. Trace, you want to take, so just to give you a little, like, the way that we're going to come at this is Tracy's going to come at it obviously from hardcore salon experience and building a salon herself. And I'm coming from this from the Young Nails perspective of building this business and, having over 50 employees and how we go about that and what we've done to bring on people. So you're going to get 2 different perspectives here, but I'll let Trace go first.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I mean, I think you're really set up, which is amazing that you're set up for success. You're on a main street. You have people already walking in. You're already getting calls, so you're ahead of the curve. Plus, your nails, by the way,
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think the next step, and what I love about your situation, is that you are working your way up.
Yeah.
So you're not like, hey, I just bought a shop that's 15,000 square feet and I must fill it tomorrow.
Right.
Right.
That's a whole nother level of stress. You're able to go, you know what? I've taken care of myself. Now I can work on it. So now we can go, hey, I'm not say I can fit 3 other techs, but that doesn't mean you need 3 other techs tomorrow.
Right. Right.
So I would say that would be where you start is let's focus on 1, maybe 2 max if you're fortunate. Then that gives you that buffer for that 3rd booth. So what you could do at this time is look for someone that, or I would kind of be looking for someone who has a base clientele. And what's nice about that is, that they have a base clientele that they're working off of, that they do good work, they have the personality for clientele, and you can also filter clients to them because they have room for growth.
Right.
Right.
And this is going to be a booth rent situation, just to be clear. Is that right, Brionna?
No, it's actually illegal in PA to booth rent.
So it's like New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so commission.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Commission.
Okay.
So similar, if you have the ability to find someone that's wanting to move over in a different situation in commission and they have a base clientele, it's going to work out kind of best for you even because you're getting that. I don't know how it works there in PA as far as, how people are about when you leave a salon and clientele go with you. I'm not sure how that works there.
I have a couple different thoughts on this, Brionna. First of all, you're not hurting for clients. So
Right.
you actually have an overflow of clients.
Right.
So I'm almost thinking like you, and my thought is like, if you have an overflow of clients, you're doing, and it's obvious from your Instagram page, you're doing really good work. you want to bring somebody in that you want them to probably execute a similar style of work. So let me ask you this question. Are you looking for someone that you could kind of bring under your wing and train, or do you want what Tracy is saying, where like they're already established and you just want them in and they can just crank out nails and they're going to do a good job, but their aesthetic is their aesthetic, or like where do you kind of stand there?
So I was listening to a podcast that you guys had put out a few weeks ago, and I honestly want someone who specializes in something. I don't want someone who does like everything, because I want you to, just concentrate on what you do best. I wouldn't mind if they had a clientele, but I don't think that it would hurt if they didn't have a clientele.
Right, because you have an overflow.
So
right.
Let me explain a little bit about where I'm coming from with the first person having a little bit of a base. Is that gives her the ability to start filtering people and not really necessarily having to worry about training someone herself right now. Then once you have someone, because you're bringing someone new, you know that they're they have experience, that they're good at what they do. That way, that your first person employee kind of. You know that the name is going to be good. I always I'm willing to train new people, but I like it when the salon is doing very well.
Right.
Then I have the ability to train someone. We can take that on as a tag team, and they have 2 people to go to.
Sure.
Then you have that would be my second or third person that I would bring in, is maybe someone that doesn't have clientele at all.
Right.
Then you train them from the base up.
I think a lot of this too, Brionna, is it's nice to like want specific type of people. Yeah. But this
doesn't
is
always work that way.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. And I'm telling you this right now. This is what's going to be hard. Okay. You're going to go through like a number of nail technicians where you're like, I want somebody that specializes in X or Z or Y or whatever it is. But, and they may tell you that they do, and they may show you work, but then when they come in, they're like, absolutely nothing that you thought they were. That is going to happen. One of the things that I am a massive firm believer in finding good people to be a part of your team, the way that you get through it, unfortunately, is through volume. And what I mean by that, I'm such a volume game person. I'm volume in everything. Volume in content, volume in business, volume in like people, bringing them on. You have to have a strategy of like, we're going to try this out. And I don't know the laws, the employment laws in Pennsylvania. You have to look, you've got to like take a look at that, but you just got to be prepared mentally of, I'm going to go through people. There's going to be a volume of people that I go through, and it's not going to work out at times until I find that one that I want, but that's okay. I got to bring them on. I might have to let them go. I'm going to bring them on. I might have to let them go until I get the right team. The way that we've built here at Young Nails, I can't even tell you the number of people we've gone through here in searching for that team. Today, 19 years later, we've got such a good, tight, amazing team of people that come here and work, in our company culture that we've established here at Young Nails, that totally vibe with it. But that has taken some time,
Right.
But again, you're very fortunate in the fact that you're not like, I have to fill this room up with bodies right now.
Right.
So that's a huge plus for you,
right.
I think. But I agree. I totally agree. There's just people that, we were talking about, I think prior to the phone calls, like you're trying to gauge this person's personality, their nails, what they can do in 5 to 15 minutes interview. And it's extremely hard
honestly,
to do.
Yes.
Yeah. But what I love is you want to grow, because there's a lot of nail professionals that they build their full clientele and then they're like, I'm good. Like, I'm happy with this income, but you're like, I want to add in, 2-3 more people.
More.
Yeah. No. So that tells me not only are you a professional nail artist, but you've got entrepreneurship inside of you. Like, you want to grow.
Yeah.
Am I right or am I wrong there?
Oh, that's definitely right.
So let me ask you, do you have anybody that's come to you asking for a spot in your salon, or have you put any vibes out there yet?
Great question.
I've been posting it like little. So if I post a status, I'll like post in my comment section, like in the summertime, I'll be hiring a nail tech. I have had one person reach out to me, but I looked at her page and I just didn't think that she would be a good fit for me.
Sure. And that's okay.
Yep.
You move on, you go, move on next. So how many people total have you maybe looked at? Just that one person so far?
She came to me, but there are 2 other techs that are here where I live at. So I live in a really small town, and I only make the 7th nail shop where I live in 45 minutes from Pittsburgh. So
Okay.
I don't know, like, it's just different here. There's not too many techs that I can choose from unless they're coming from like a bigger city.
What about beauty schools? Are there any beauty schools in your town?
Yeah. So I actually, last week I went to a beauty school because my goal is to go to the beauty schools and recruit people that I would have to train. And I feel like it's easier to train people who are fresh out of school than someone who already
has bad habits.
Yeah. Right.
Totally understand.
So, okay, this gives even more context. I think because you're in a small town, Brionna and Tracy, tell me if you agree with me or not on this, but I think you're going to have to go that route of, bringing people out of school, communicating with the school. If there's more than one school in your area, but hitting them up and saying, look, put it out there, graduating people, send them to me. I want to, I'm looking for 1 or maybe 2 max right now, but we are in a power pack salon. We are busy. I cannot handle the clientele. And I want to bring some people that want long-term careers and that I can train. I think that's really going to be a good road for you.
Yeah. I think that can really work out. And again, I know I keep on saying it because you don't have to fill all 3. That's going to give you time to bring one person in and really train them.
Yeah.
I don't, unless you were desperate and needed to, I would not recommend bringing 3 new people in at the same time. And then what I would do is at first really focus on something maybe like gel polish, something that, slick pore service that they'll be able to get down very quickly. And that
builds confidence.
Builds confidence.
Yeah.
It's going to give you something that you can give them immediately.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
I love that. It's a really good strategy if you start them on gel polish. Do you have like what's the majority of your clientele breakdown? Is it like do you have gel polish or what is it?
I have gel polish, I have hard gels, I have acrylics, poly gel, and I just got dip.
You're amazing. I love it.
You will give the client what they need.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I love Tracy's strategy here, Brionna. Like you bring somebody in from the school, okay, and now you're going to be able to train them, but you like offload all your gel polish clients because I can do gel polish. If I can do gel polish, somebody out of school can do gel polish. That's a great way to bring on more clients. So you can bring on more enhancements. They can get comfortable with the gel polish services. And then once they get that down, you can bump them up to maybe like the slick pour or dip powders, whatever dip powders you're using, get them on that or whatever the next sort of like,
And that gives them also time to like be practicing that. And that would be my focus while they're in the salon. If you're not doing something, you're practicing over and over and over
again.
And you're really, and that's where, if you are pulling from people from school, the interview process is going to be very important for you to see. You're not really gauging. I always feel like nails can be taught.
Right.
Anybody can, we can teach anybody to do nails.
Right.
Personalities. Not so much.
Right. Oh,
and so what I would really be looking for in that interview is, can they take direction?
Yeah.
Do they think they already know everything?
Yes.
Are they teachable?
Right.
That would be my focus.
That's so huge, man. Yeah. Those are things that we look at here is somebody like their vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like that vibe of like, you tell me I want to learn. Like if they're saying like, I want to learn from you. I want to understand how to do good nails. Or if somebody walks in and goes, no, I got this. And it's like, that could be a problem. Just some things to kind of like tip you off. You know what I mean?
Right.
And here's the other thing too. Maybe, this episode, if anybody, whoever is watching this right now, hit up Brionna, go in the comments section and let her know, if you're in the area
or know somebody.
Yeah. If you know somebody that's a nail professional that, to hit up Brionna, we're going to put all her information in the description below, her IG. You can DM her on IG and that might help. You might get a few people there.
Or some people that have some good suggestions that they've done, especially with the schools, if they've taken on people from schools.
Yeah. No, I like that.
How do you feel about, be a great idea.
How do you feel about that?
I think that's a great idea. And I think that's like a really good place for me to start also,
Yeah.
especially since it is such a small town.
Yeah.
Totally,
Yeah, it makes it
totally.
so much harder.
Yeah.
But I think what is going to be amazing for you building it this way and slowly is you are going to build that loyal employee.
Yeah.
You're going to teach them
Yeah.
better than anyone else could teach them. They're going to have this great working environment. It sounds like they'll build clientele very quickly. I mean, that's all a recipe for loyalty.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Brionna, any other questions? Anything else on your mind?
Not anything else on my mind, because like I pay attention to your like podcast all the time.
Thank
and
you.
I go back and re-listen to them.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You know, because there's not a lot of like nail podcasts that you can actually listen to
Right,
and get some
right.
information. And I feel like you guys give a lot of good information.
Thank you.
Well, our entire goal, is to do that. We, like we're a manufacturer, but our specialty is building and helping salons regardless of what products you're using. It doesn't matter. It's like, if you're doing good work and putting good work out there and you're building a great business, it's good for everybody and it's good for the industry. So I'm glad you're taking advantage. We want to put out as much free information as humanly possible on a consistent basis. Super important to us.
Yeah, I definitely believe so also.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming on the show and on the podcast. And if you have any other questions, Brionna, don't be afraid. You can DM us. We'll call you back. Even just off of this, if you have any questions, myself and Tracy always available to help in any way that we can.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate that.
100%.
you.
You got it, Brionna. Good luck. And I can't
Thank
wait
you.
to see how this unfolds for you.
Let us know.
Totally.
I will.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wow. She's
Awesome.
yeah.
She's going to be very successful.
She's going to do really, really well.
Yeah.
I genuinely believe that. Like, she has an overflow.
Yeah.
She can't handle the amount of business coming her way. She's doing great work. And I really, Tracy, what you said about bringing in somebody fresh and just offloading gel polish service is so smart.
Right.
That is the way to do it.
Right.
I honestly, if you're also looking to build, that is what I would do right now. If like, it was like you said it and I'm like, oh my God, that's how you do it. You train them on that, let them get comfortable and build confidence. It offloads a 30-minute to maybe 45-minute service to you, depending on how long you do it.
A service that makes good money.
Yes,
So if they can be turning that out.
yeah. And you can add more enhancement services.
Yeah.
So let's say even 20% of her clientele, she now can add 20% more business to her books, and she can keep building out that gel polish, because you offload 20% to one person. That's not going to be enough for them right now, but in their off time, they can keep practicing enhancements, like you said.
Yep.
And then in addition to that, you can keep offloading more gel polish. You can expand that business too, you know? And then they get good enhancements. You bring a third person in, do the same thing. And then you got two people to train, like you said. It's really smart. Yeah. That is the way you should go about building your salon if you want to bring people in. And if you have a situation like Brianna's where you're in a small town and options are limited, that's what you should do. Honestly, even in a big city, even in LA, I think that's just a great strategy overall. Go to your beauty schools, bring somebody in, they can do gel polish. I can do gel. I'm telling you, if I can do gel polish,
He's done mine.
I've done hers. I'm going to do them today. You know what I'm going to do
because
today?
his brother never
You know,
does.
you know what we're going to do nail. We're actually shooting nail polish today. So I'm going to be doing Tracy's nail polish
Ooh, with her new collection.
with her new collection.
Yes.
But
Awesome.
maybe I'll do gel polish too, because I feel like it. How do you feel about that?
I don't care. As long as my paycheck drops, I don't care.
With that, say thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week on the Biz Talk.